So we asked the question before the break about whether or not if Netflix goes from quarterback to receiver, what position do you hope is next? Because you want to see another Lion featured. And there's a chance there will be another Lion featured. Given that we now have some cachet in this league, we have eyeballs on the Detroit Lions, and we seem to be an interesting team. A team that, dare we say, becomes, a popular feels so weird. The Detroit Lions become a popular NFL team. Here's the feedback. Brian in Chicago says, I would like it to be defensive end Aiden Hutchinson, Ray and Buford, or is it Ray Buford? Is Buford a place, or is his name Ray Buford? I don't know. I'd like to see more on Brian Branch. I think he's going to have a big season and would like to see what makes him tick. Dominic from Northville. Penei Sewell, to see the hardworking guys in the trenches putting in the work.
Yeah.
I want to see pass rusher, Aiden Hutchinson, hometown kid. Would love to see something like that with him. I see a Pro Bowl season for him this year. It's from Anthony Harrison Township. Centers, Frank Ragnow, Tony and Monroe.
Ragnow would be interesting because he's an interesting guy off the field and outdoorsman stuff and does
a lot of Applebee's.
Charity work with kids and stuff, so that'd be cool.
The thing is, centers do talk a lot, and that would be a good one. I actually think on the offensive line, if they were to go O-line, I think it would be centers. How about head coach? Dan Campbell would be amazing on the show. There is an absolute certainty that if they decide to go head coach, which is basically Hard Knocks, isn't it? I mean, not exclusively,
but it's all him. You don't have the side stories.
It would be, if they were to go head coach, Dan Campbell would probably be the first person they'd ask. He might not say yes, but he'd be the first person they'd ask.
Mm-hmm.
Running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs. He's the best running back. He'll be the best running back in the league in a few years. That's from Ben. Got to see Penei or Kirby Joseph. That's from Griffin in Waterford.
I wonder why either. I mean, we were hoping that people would give a reason.
Give a reason why. Yeah. Kicker, Jake Bates. Chicks dig the long ball. It's from an unnamed texter.
It's true.
Yeah.
What I understand.
Laporta, because he seems like a great guy. He is really likable.
He is.
Oh, so these are all really good suggestions. Really good suggestions.
Do you guys give yours?
So I think the most compelling character that stands out, you can actually see it in receiver, the little interaction that Amon-Ra has with J-Mo. J-Mo would be great, but we said what another position. I might go linebacker.
Of course.
What a shock. Well, that's because Doug would get a lot of airtime. Firmly affixed on his leg.
Actually, if they were to go linebacker. Sorry. They'd probably feature Anzalone before they'd feature Jack Campbell, wouldn't you think?
I think they'd feature a lot of people before they feature Jack Campbell.
Yeah. I am not casting the next show.
No, but I understand it's what you want to see.
Doug's would just be called Jack. And take it how you want.
There it is.
Take it how you want.
That's it. 100%. Yeah, I could see that. For me, it's Dan Campbell. I want to see the whole season with Campbell doing this. It would be awesome. His interactions with the team are great. Here's what we don't get to see. This is why the show is awesome. You get to see home life.
Yeah.
I want to see Dan Campbell home raising his daughters.
Dan Campbell the dad.
Yeah, Dan Campbell the dad. Dan Campbell decompressing after work. What's that like, Yep. He jokes all the time with the guys on Mondays, or whenever it is he comes on the show with the guys. Hey, had a couple beers. And just what else is he doing in his life? Like, we want to get to know Dan Campbell a little bit more.
His coffee order when he goes
right.
to it.
Oh, my God.
12 espresso shots or whatever.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's really funny. That would be good. That would definitely be good.
Doesn't he have a bunch of little dogs, like lap dogs?
Does he?
I think so. I could be wrong on that, but I thought that's what I heard.
Well, there you go. So a lot of good suggestions if the Lions are to get the marquee again with another position. By the way, one of the funnier interactions, I don't know if you've gotten to that point yet, but Devontae Adams injured I think it was his, was it an oblique?
Shoulder.
Was it shoulder?
Amon-Ra, because Amon-Ra was the oblique.
Oblique, okay.
And JJ was
he had a
shoulder, AC joint.
AC joint, right. They showed them in the huddle at one point.
Yeah.
And one of the offensive linemen says, yeah, I did my AC joint back in 2019. I still feel it to this day. And Devontae Adams in the huddle without missing anything says, thank you. That's very reassuring. This isn't a huddle during an NFL game. It was such a great interaction. So hopefully people can get a lot out of the show.